Have you ever seen a young Japanese child walking with a small backpack, carrying their own things, or helping clean a classroom? And wondered, how are they trusted with so much responsibility so early? In many parts of the world, parents feel nervous letting children do even small things alone. We carry their bags. We remind them again and again. We clean up after them. We rush to protect them from every mistake. But in Japan, many children seem to learn responsibility much earlier. Not because they are born more mature, not because Japanese parents are perfect, and not because every Japanese family is the same. The real reason may be much quieter. In many Japanese homes and schools, independence is not suddenly demanded. It is practiced, step by step, through tiny responsibilities, through routine, through trust, through repeated guidance, and through a culture where children learn that their actions are part of something bigger than themselves. So today, Mika will explore one question. Why do Japanese kids seem independent so early? And what can parents around the world learn from it? Before we begin, let's be clear. This video is not saying Japanese parenting is better. It is not saying every Japanese child walks alone, cleans perfectly, or acts responsible all the time. Every child is different, every family is different, and every country has different safety, schools, roads, and communities. But there is one useful lesson global parents can learn. Independence does not begin when a child is suddenly left alone. Independence begins when a child is slowly prepared to take part. Think about a normal morning. In one home, a parent does everything. They pack the bag, find the shoes, pick up the toys, carry the jacket, remind the child 10 times, and by the time they leave the house, everyone is tired. Now imagine a different morning. The child has one small job. Put shoes near the door. Carry a tiny bag. Place the cup on the table. Put one toy away. The job is small, but the message is big. You are part of this family. You can help. You are capable. That is the first lesson. Independence starts with contribution. In some Japanese homes, children may be encouraged early to take care of small daily routines. They may carry their own school bag, put shoes neatly near the entrance, help place items where they belong, or clean up after themselves in small ways. These are not dramatic tasks, but they teach a child something powerful. I can do something without someone doing everything for me. And this matters because confidence does not appear from one big lesson. Confidence grows from small, repeated experiences. A child who carries one small bag today may learn to carry more responsibility tomorrow. But here is the important part. Independence is not the same as pressure. A young child should not be forced to act like an adult. The goal is not to make children grow up too fast. The goal is to give them small chances to feel useful while still feeling safe. That is why the second lesson is so important. Independence is guided before it is expected. In Japanese parenting, one helpful idea is connected to shitsuke. Shitsuke can be understood as repeated guidance, manners, habit training, and social behavior practice. It is not just punishment. It is not one lecture. It is not yelling, "Do it yourself." It is showing, practicing, repeating, and letting the child try again. For example, a parent may first show the child how to put shoes together. Then the child does it with help. Then the child tries alone. Then the routine happens again tomorrow, and again, and again. Slowly, the child no longer needs a long reminder. The habit becomes familiar. This is where many parents around the world feel stuck. They want their child to be independent, But they introduce independence only when they are already frustrated. Why can't you do this yourself? Why do I have to remind you? Why are you still waiting for me? But from a child's view, independence can feel scary if it arrives suddenly. A child does better when independence feels like a path, not a push. Watch. Do together. Try with help. Try alone. Repeat. That simple pattern can change everything. The third lesson is that responsibility is often built into school life. Many people outside Japan are surprised to learn that in many Japanese schools, children help clean classrooms and shared spaces. They may sweep, wipe desks, organize supplies, or help with classroom duties. Of course, schools are different, and not every experience is the same. But the idea is important. Children are not only treated as students who receive care, they are also treated as members of a shared space. The classroom is not just where I learn, it is where we all learn. So I help take care of it. This teaches independence in a different way. Not only I can do things for myself, but also I can take care of the places I use. That is a deeper form of responsibility. And parents can use this idea at home. A child can help wipe one small table, put one book back, carry one plate carefully, water one plant, place laundry in a basket. These little jobs may look too small to matter, but to a child they say, "You belong here. You help here. You are trusted here." Pattern interrupt. Maybe the goal is not to raise a child who never needs help. Maybe the goal is to raise a child who knows how to begin. The fourth lesson is public awareness. When people talk about Japanese children being independent, they often imagine children walking to school or using public spaces calmly. But this must be framed carefully. This depends on age, safety, neighborhood, roads, community support, and family comfort. You should never copy public independence blindly, but there is still a lesson behind it. Many Japanese children are gradually taught that public spaces are shared. A train is not just where I sit. A street is not just where I walk. A school hallway is not just where I run. Other people are there too. This helps children understand that independence is not just personal freedom. It also means awareness. I carry my bag. I stay close. I notice people around me. I use a softer voice. I follow the routine. This is why early independence can look calm. The child is not only learning, I can do this. The child is also learning, my actions affect others. That lesson is useful in any country. At home, in a store, at school, at a restaurant, in a waiting room. Independence becomes more than doing things alone. It becomes doing things with awareness. The fifth lesson is emotional connection. Some parents worry that if they encourage independence too early, their child will feel pushed away. But independence does not have to mean emotional distance. A child can feel deeply connected and still learn responsibility. A parent can be warm and still set expectations. A child can be loved and still carry their own bag. A child can be comforted and still help clean up. In fact, emotional safety can make independence easier. When a child knows, my parent is here if I need help, they may feel braver trying small things. So instead of saying, "You're big now, do it yourself," try, "I'm here. Let's try the first step." Instead of, "Why can't you clean this?" try, "Let's put one toy away together. Then you try the next one." Instead of, "You should know this already," try, "We practice this every day. You're learning." That is calm leadership. Not coldness, not pressure. Guidance. The sixth lesson is that independence grows through repetition, not speeches. Many parents explain too much. We give long instructions, long warnings, long lectures. But young children often learn better through rhythm. Same place for shoes, same small bag, same cleanup time, same goodbye routine, same calm phrase. A repeated routine becomes easier for the child to remember. This is why tiny habits matter. If every day your child puts shoes near the door, that is a habit. If every day your child carries one small item, that is a habit. If every day your child helps clean one small space, that is a habit. And habits become the invisible teachers of independence. Now, what can global parents actually do? You do not need to copy Japan exactly. You do not need to send your child anywhere alone. You do not need to become a perfect parent. Start smaller. Step 1. Choose one tiny responsibility. Not 5. 1. Your job is to put your shoes here. Your job is to carry this small bag. Your job is to place one toy in the basket. Step 2. Practice it together first. Show the child. Do it with them. Then, let them try. Step 3. Make it part of the routine. Do not turn it into a big speech. Let it become normal. Step 4. Name the skill. Say, "You remembered your shoes. You carried your bag. You helped our family. You took care of your space." Step 5. Match independence with safety. Every child is different. Every environment is different. Some children need more support. Some places are not safe for public independence. That is okay. The real lesson is not, let children do everything alone. The real lesson is, give children safe chances to become capable. Because independence is not built in one dramatic moment. It is built when a child is trusted with something small, and then trusted again, and again, and again. So why do Japanese kids seem independent so early? Not because every child is naturally calm, not because every parent has a secret, not because one culture is perfect, but because in many Japanese homes and schools, children are often given small roles early. They practice routines. They learn shared responsibility. They notice others. They are guided before they are expected to do things alone. And they are slowly shown, you can be part of this. You can help. You can try. That is the heart of independence. A child does not become independent because adults disappear. A child becomes independent when adults prepare them well, with patience, with routine, with trust, and with love. If you want more gentle parenting lessons from Japan and beyond, subscribe to this channel. Mika will see you in the next lesson.